Did you even go to college?
2 years of pussyology. Blaze it up. We watched How High for this week's episode of...
Well, we'll just tell your mother that we ate it all.
Hip, hip, hooray. Happy Australia Day, everyone.
Oh, boy.
Man, I keep forgetting this chair breaks. Yeah.
We should not put that on.
No, it's fine. Obviously, we're against Australia Day. I don't think that needs to be explained,
tongue and
as
bun.
all good people should be.
I got a foot massager.
Yeah, but how many of you actually went to the rally?
No.
How many of you were going to go to the rally, but got a little too drunk the night before and didn't? I did. That's what I did.
That's you.
That's what I did. I'm describing what happened to me.
What happened? How?
How did I get drunk?
Like, how did you get that drunk?
I was.
It's funny you ask. I believe Andrew has a story.
I was quite intoxicated when I arrived at Powerbomb.
But you didn't seem that bad when we left.
I'm still the king. I was wasted. I was wasted drunk.
Right.
I was quite drunk when I showed up to Powerbomb.
Well, there was one funny moment where you came and sat with Hannah and Lily and I, and then were saying you were biding your time to go and talk to this very you-looking girl, and
Hell yeah.
I said, "Oh, there's a big cockroach," and you just got up. It was like, "Oh."
So what I did is I walked straight over to that girl and said, "Hey, there's a cockroach over there. Can I sit over here?" We got a date this week.
So, are you actually that scared of cockroaches, or
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah.
just went, "That's my
No,
line"?
no, I have a genuine phobia of cockroaches. They give me panic attacks.
Well, this one was huge.
Excellent.
This
Good.
house is full of cockroaches.
Man, don't do me this way, dog.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The whole
they're-
building is.
No.
They're really bad in Redfern.
I'm better with them now than I used to be, but yeah, I don't like cockroaches.
Isn't your building bad?
It's actually all right. The outside areas aren't good, but my
I'm surprised that
apartments-
you're...
Outside's
No,
bad. We have the really small ones in our apartment.
Yeah, I think our complex is quite new, so we're doing all right. I've never seen more than a couple in my place. Like,
I'm
it's
surprised
pretty
your
good.
filthy apartment doesn't...
Yeah, they
Hey,
should
guys,
definitely be flocking.
You
to
haven't
yours.
been back for a while. Our house actually looks pretty nice these days.
Does it?
Yeah,
Can you
it's-
take a photo when you get back?
I mean, it might be messy now.
Yeah, of course.
People are coming over for the Royal Rumble tomorrow.
Yeah, she goes to a different school. You wouldn't know her.
You can ask people who are at my house.
Who's
tomorrow.
going?
Ooh, Rose, you might be coming.
Probably not. I got invited to a barbecue. I might go to that instead.
Yeah, makes sense.
I got to go and do
Squires,
Coogee as well.
I got nothing to do.
We got some comedians. We got Ben Squires. We got David Henning. We got Fabian
There's
Aguirre.
nothing really there so far
anyone
for me.
famous?
Yeah. Any
No.
good gets?
No. You got Brie Ellen. You got
Uh-huh.
Steph Broadbridge.
Uh-huh.
You got my friend Jack, who doesn't do comedy. You got
So one person who's been on the show so far.
Yeah.
Steph. Jack, right?
Who
no,
is our
yeah,
most-
just Steph.
Steph is our most featured
Prolific
guest.
guest.
Mm.
All right. Well,
We will get Squires and Dave though. Yeah, and then I went and
Ooh,
visited a
Shocking to hear for Fabian.
I went and visited a friend after Powerbomb who works at a brewery.
a sex friend, would you say?
I wasn't sure what the purpose of the meetup was, but yes.
Are we allowed to
No.
talk about... No. Hold on. Let me finesse this, baby.
All
Are we
right.
allowed to reference who they are?
I wouldn't.
Damn.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah.
Well, if you want to know, email us at weateitall69@gmail.com.
Yeah, so I met up with a friend who works in a
Didn't we already talk about who she was in an episode before?
Yeah, but let's not make it
Yeah,
clear
sort
that they're
of.
the same person.
Yeah,
Okay.
sort of.
Look, who I have sex with is not the listener's business. These stories are about me.
You really try to make it the listener's business.
No. Me having sex is the listener's business. People having sex with me is not.
Right.
That's
Okay.
the same thing.
Yeah,
No.
it really does.
I'm saying let's leave the women out of it. Is what
You
I'm
should have
saying.
said who these people are.
Whatever. you all see what I'm getting at. So I meet up with this chick, the brewery that she works at, and I'm drinking some craft beers there. I get there, and she's like, "Hey, are you drunk?" Because she could tell I was drunk, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm wasted."
Sexy dog.
Yeah, and she was like, "Sick, let's make out." So we made out before
While she was working?
before he even went into the brewery. She like came out to meet me, took me back in. She was like packing up and shit. We were drinking these like really strong craft beers. Though I do say I prefer the ones at Steve's Brewery, Friday nights, Powerbomb Comedy Glebe.
Open from Thursday till Sunday, I believe.
We only get money for the Friday, though. So.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, in the summer months, it's so very cool in there.
Come through, Powerbomb Comedy.
Don't sweat a drop.
Never have, never will.
Never.
Always has been, always will.
Yeah. Welcome to Chapo Trap House.
Hey, too many coppers, not enough justice.
Anyway, so I'm fucking at this thing, and so what happens is I'm very, very drunk. I'm drinking this like very strong craft beer. As we're about to leave, we have like these full beers, and she goes, "All right, let's go." And we'll go down to the road to the Vic to another pub, and I was like, "Yeah, sick." That sets the story in Marrickville for those of you.
Yes.
Yeah, this is all happening in Marrickville. So I'm there. She goes, "Let's scull these beers." And I literally say, "I can't scull a craft beer. That's way too strong. This is way too thick." And she goes, "Yeah, whatever." And she sculls this whole like full fucking. It would be.
So she's a bit of a beer drinker for the sleuth in the audience.
This is this part of the story. This next part was described as a former guest as like the most sad case of toxic masculinity they'd ever heard. But I would also like it to be said that it's very sad on her behalf too.
Yeah.
Yeah, none
Like
of this.
you're both like
None of this is good.
it's so bad that you're both just weirdly trying to impress each other. Like, oh, well, I'm gonna skull this.
It's possibly that my relationship with this person may not be good for each other. It's possible that there's a bit of that dynamic going on here. So anyway, she sculls the beer, and I'm saying I can't scull the beer. So then I feel like I don't want to be a pussy, so I scull this fucking beer.
Sick.
This like big craft beer, and I'm already very, very drunk. And as soon as I do it, I'm like, that was a terrible idea. I need to go throw up right away. But I don't want her to think I'm a pussy. So I quietly go to the bathroom and I quietly vomit into the sink because it's just me and her in this fucking brewery. And the reaction was so quick that the beer was still cold and carbonated on its way back up. It had a foam, like the vomit had a foam to it.
Next time someone comes up to me and says we should talk about the movie more, I might be like, yeah, maybe we should.
Anyway, I wash my face. I have some gum. Go back out. We end up making out some
What brand of gum?
extra white.
Sick.
Bitch, you extra.
Yeah.
I am extra.
You basic
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, you seem to be a weird combination of basic and extra.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I'm feeling great with this coffee.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'll cut to the chase. You know that park across the road from the Vic? What's it called?
Victoria Park.
I thought that was the one.
Oh, no. Isn't it just
Marrickville Park?
Marrickville Park?
I don't know.
The big park that Vic in the Park is referencing in the name Vic in the Park. So this is on the evening.
So many context clues for who this woman is. So anyone that cares to.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So we go. There's a park across the road. We go there, and this is on the evening of January 25th. Obviously, Australia Day, aka Invasion Day, is the next day, and there was a big tent with chairs set up for some sort of rally or protest or speech or something like that. Because for any international, this is Australia Day. It's a very controversial thing in Australia, and most people in our circles protest it. So anyway, we fuck on the stage of this protest site, which feels very uncool.
Oh, hey.
But
The main one's in Victoria Park and in Hyde Park, but it had a sign up. It was for some sort of thing.
Right.
I don't know. It might not have been like a young person one. I don't know.
He said, what? I don't know. It's okay because it's an old person's protest?
Well, here's why it was okay.
Okay.
She told me...
Here's why it's okay. It's not.
it's very much not.
As it was about to start, she assured me that she was part Indigenous, making it okay.
Right.
After
I have a black friend of excuses.
Yeah.
After 40 IPAs, that seemed like sound logic to me.
I think that's like literally Ali G logic, where it's like, is it because I is black?
Yeah.
Look, she was also kidding a little bit.
Was she also into house a little bit, maybe? Booyakasha.
So anyway, we hook up in the tent. And it's all very fun. We're all having a great time. But then a security guy comes and catches us, and I have to be like I just have to he's just standing right there. I'm literally naked, like
Completely naked?
I'm like my dick's out and my shirt's off. My jeans are like around my knees.
Wow. So in a park, your fox style is to get completely nude up.
It was very hot. I would normally leave the shirt on, but it was a balmy evening.
Man, right. Yeah, cool.
Everything about this upsets me so much.
But you fuck standing up outside.
No, this was like...
Oh, you were fucking in a tent.
Yeah. No, like it was on the grass. It was like a big open tent sort of thing.
Right.
It was like
a marquee.
It was like for like 100
Right.
people. It would have been like 100 people to fit in there sort of thing.
Right.
There were chairs like lined up in rows.
Yeah.
It was on the grass. We were fucking on the grass in front of the stage. We started on the stage and
Who's
moved down
on-
to the grass because
who's
my
on
knees
top?
hurt. Do we need to go into this much detail?
Yeah.
It was from behind, if you must know.
God.
That makes it so much sadder.
Yeah,
Just
that's
like
really
this kind
bad.
of like no intimacy in this marquee tent where 100 people are going to be tomorrow.
It's pretty fun. Anyway, the getting caught was very embarrassing. She's got a shirt on.
Were you
with
like
no pants.
insider?
I saw him coming, and so
And
I
did.
like we started like
And vice versa.
hurriedly getting dressed, sort of thing. But the guy like comes, he's standing there. He's like, "You guys all right?" I think like I don't think he was even mad. I think he was like checking that I wasn't assaulting
But
her.
like, was she naked?
No, bottom naked, bottom down
Okay.
naked, bottom half naked.
So you kind of like, you Tom Horde this guy.
I guess so.
Yeah. You're like, hey, dude, want to see something? Oh, it's a mistake.
Yeah, I guess so. But like, I think maybe he was just making sure she wasn't being assaulted or whatever.
Right.
Because he didn't seem mad. He was just like, "You guys okay?" And we're just like, "Yeah, we're leaving now." And he was like, "Good." And he just walked off and left.
Man,
we had to leave.
Do you think if you'd asked, you'd have let it, you like, you know.
I feel like none of us would have wanted that.
You're just like, if I keep going, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Look, I was very drunk. It wasn't happening anyway.
Yeah, right.
I had to. It's hard to subtly pop a few friends into your mouth on your way to a park.
Did you?
Yeah, of course I did.
So were you diamond cutting?
Yeah, it got the job done.
Were you? Would you say you were rock hard?
I wouldn't go quite that far. It was a good.
So wait, you wouldn't go quite. So now you can't even take 2 Viagra's and get rock hard.
They didn't have enough time to fully kick in.
Right.
Yeah.
Your dick.
I didn't take 2. I took 2 halves.
Your dick must-
I'm surprised you didn't just make the excuse that you were paralytic then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your dick must be like a 40-cent cone, you know? Just like this sloppy thing with a fucking flake in it.
I had sex yesterday twice without the aid of Viagra. So
Okay, but at what time?
like midday.
Yeah.
Oh, no, like afternoon, like 4 or 5
How many
PM.
bongs had you smoked?
A few. I was actually quite stoned for that, yeah. No, yeah, that was after I went to the Indigenous festival thing, so it would have been like 5 or 6, yeah. Anyway, my dick works fine. What happened then is, like, I thought I was, like, drunk but fine sort of thing. I didn't realize I was, like, wasted. I got home. Yvette told me, like, I woke up the next day, like, super hungover and feeling so shit. And Yvette was like, "You walked in and passed out. Like, you were paralytically drunk." And I didn't even know. I texted the girl and I was like, "Why didn't you stop me getting that drunk?" Like playfully. But I was like, "You got me really drunk. Like, what the fuck?" And she was like, "You were wasted when you showed up." Like, I thought I was fine.
Wow.
Yeah. So I haven't been that drunk in quite some time. I was so hungover yesterday. It was bullshit.
Why do you never wake up ever after anything and go, maybe I should change?
Why would he?
I'm actually, in terms of mental health, I'm one of the best I've been in years.
I refuse to believe this.
I'm doing fantastic.
Yeah, but how many times have I think we've even said this on the podcast before. How many times have you said that and then
Yeah.
like sharp plummet?
I'm expecting an ugly fortnight ahead.
Oh god.
But like in many ways, like he's got a job that he doesn't seem to be able to sustain, but he magically is. He's going to murder his father-in-law and inherit a lot of money.
Oh no, that's off.
Yeah, now we've heard new wrinkles
Well, he's
to
gonna
that.
he's
That's
gonna
off,
he's
yeah.
gonna murder his father and new mother-in-law. and-
Yeah. It looks like the millions I was said it was never going to be millions, but the large sums I was set to vicariously inherit through my future wife. It looks that
We
may be in
should say-
jeopardy now.
We should say, for context to the listeners,
This could be their first episode.
we've talked about the inheritance before, but we have not talked about like you all through November and December talking about getting your bike license because you were inheriting 20 motorbikes.
2 motorbikes. They were very expensive motorbikes.
Yeah.
2 very expensive motorbikes.
You can't even drive, correct?
I cannot try.
And they want to put you, and you want to put yourself on a fucking motorbike.
A big one, like a big, like custom
a hog.
Harley hog thing. It's a giant fucking bike.
Do you reckon that would be what would kill him?
Yeah.
I don't reckon Hastings. I reckon Hastings is
That you should never get a
reckon-
car license.
Yeah.
You'll
I reckon
absolutely
his-
die.
I reckon Hastings is Sydney open mic comedy is Keith Richards. Like he'll never go anywhere, career wise and like living wise.
That's the dream, baby.
Yeah.
Big fish, small pond till I
Yeah,
die.
yeah, you'll be 100 crushing at Sweeney's. You'll look exactly the same, just a bit fatter and a bit less hair.
Yeah. It's
But
gonna
like
be
people will
excellent.
be like, if we just give him heroin, maybe they'll knock him dead. And you'll like rock up to the next open mic, you're like, I think I'm into heroin now, guys. It's like actually pretty sweet.
I think it's actually good for me.
And it's, you know what I figured out? It's racist if I don't take it.
It is racist if I don't take heroin.
Brown sugar.
Yeah. It is. I've done more research. It is genuine. The crack thing, I'm right. It is racist.
It's racist for you to be able to do crack.
No, it's racist that crack is considered worse than cocaine. We've hashed out this argument enough times. We don't need to redo
Whatever.
it.
You don't want to do crack anymore.
Yeah.
But it would be worse for you, surely.
only marginally.
But that's still enough to say it's worse.
It is technically a little bit worse, I've found out, but not enough. It shouldn't factor into my decision. It doesn't factor into my decision.
Alright, let's talk about these goddamn movies and
Introduce the pod.
Yeah, no, I was getting to it, motherfucker, but like, it's hot as shit, so 2 shorter eps, I reckon.
Yeah, we're filming in Casa del Kirk today.
Yeah.
I really like it.
And there's air conditioning on.
This
but,
isn't
like,
a bad setup.
Mm.
Yeah,
can
the
do-
lady of the manor is out.
Today would have been a real nightmare over at
Oh,
the
yeah.
Piper Palace.
Yeah.
It's no good. Sorry, the Piper Pussy Palace.
Do we have a name for my place? We got Casa del Kirk.
The Hastings Hovel.
Of course, like a hobbit.
The Hastings Hole Hovel.
I just assumed it was called the Crack Den
Yeah, I think we have referred to it as the crack den.
or the
We recorded-
Funko Funhouse.
Welcome to the house of Funko.
Man, can I just real quick before we talk about the movie?
Yeah,
Also, my place was alternative title was the Frottage Cottage.
yeah, I remember that.
I hate ska music, but Madness fucking slap. I reckon they're the best band. House of Fun, that song Must Be Love, incredible song.
Did you ever hear that thing that happened where they played at Wembley or something, and there were so many people skanking that it registered on the Richter scale?
That rules.
That's legitimate. That's a
That's
legit
like-
thing.
If anything could get you into ska,
That
it
makes
would be
me wanna
that.
get into
yeah,
ska.
yeah. I'd be like searching AV Club for ska primers tomorrow. if
Let's
I-
get Sando.
I can
on-
give you a fucking ska
I think
primer.
like
Let's get Sando on the line.
There's like 4 good bands. You
Yeah.
just listen to them.
Let's get
Specials.
I saw the specials live, and it was really not
Let's
that
get
good.
Sando on the line ostensibly to talk ska, but then accuse him of being a pervert the entire time.
Which is basically what we did last time, except instead of ska, it was just the movie.
Me and Gentle Charles, previous guests, were arguing last. No doubt, were considered a ska band
Yes.
like, at one point.
But-
right?
Well, when they started, they were,
Yeah.
and they just pivoted.
But like
No
even
doubt are
like
good,
Tragic
man.
Kingdom is like heavy ska-ish elements.
Mm.
Because we were talking about Tragic Kingdom being quite a good album from the 90s. Like in terms of banger.
What's on Tragic Kingdom?
Is it like Just
well,
a Girl?
Don't Speak, Just a Girl, Spiderweb, Sunday Morning.
All great songs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, it's
I
funny
couldn't
from-
tell you what those second 2 were.
The other day,
I'm sure I'd know them if I heard them.
You would
but-
definitely know Sunday Morning. And Spiderwebs, probably.
the other day, this is a solo shit, but Holla
That
Back
shit
Girl came on
is
the
bananas.
radio, and I was literally like, "Oh, this song might just be the best. Like, it might just be
I
the
think
best
what
pop
you-
song."
It's not good.
It's excellent.
What You Waiting For was like
Great
the
song.
song of my school.
Yeah.
Like that was like the biggest song at the time.
What was the song of your schoolies?
Probably Get Shaky.
What even is that?
Oh, I remember that, but I don't remember how it goes.
Baby, get shaky
Key after school.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't even know if I know this.
Uh,
Ours was like, we went to Fiji, so everything was like a
So it's
little...
a Polynesian poly guy.
Dawn's actually doing that as a bit now.
Is he
No
really?
fucking
He
way.
Is he legitimately?
I saw him do it. I saw him do it at Cactus, and I think maybe
Man,
Everywhere.
we
Man,
should get him to
this
do it.
podcast changes you for the better.
Yeah,
I saw him do it on
makes
stage.
you, it makes you a shittier comedian.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I didn't see him do, like I saw him like in passing, and I heard him afterwards being like, that poly bit like went all right. Like,
But because we went to Fiji and everything was like a little bit behind, and obviously all the workers at the like resort staff just loved it. So I reckon you
don't
probably-
hold back by the pot bellies. That was the big one.
Oh, yeah.
that one. I remember. Yeah, that makes sense because that was the big club hit when
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
in my first year out of school.
Infinity?
But it was Beautiful Girls by Sean Kingston. I reckon I heard that like 4 times a day. It was
That
not.
song sucks.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
but you
terrible.
but
It's
fun,
so bad.
But it's fun to do the accent and not racist.
Oh,
at all.
maybe after the second time, but then you're just like,
Yeah.
all right, enough.
It's a terrible song.
The
Oh,
other
it's
thing
so bad.
was
What's the other song that dude sang?
Couldn't tell you.
I think he's got another really famous
he does.
one, right?
I can't remember. It'll come to me. The other thing was Lady Gaga's first album was still like it wasn't brand new, but it was still in the cycle of singles.
Like Bad Romance.
No, that's
No,
the second
that's
album.
the
So
second.
it's
It was like
Just Dance,
Just Dance, which
Poker
slaps.
Face.
Poker Face,
Poker
and,
Face slaps.
Paparazzi, I think.
Disco
Yeah,
Stick.
Paparazzi.
Disco Stick was on there. Yeah, all
that's
that shit.
they all slap.
Lady Gaga. I'm a big Lady Gaga.
Yeah,
fan.
Lady Gaga fucking rules. She's
I-
doing
You're a
a
stan?
resident-
You a stan?
I stand.
I
stand
stand.
Lady
I stand
Gaga?
Gaga.
I stand her real hard.
I even
she's
like her
doing
last album.
She's doing a residency in Las Vegas. She might still be doing it.
I saw that.
Sick.
She's like featuring Celine Dion.
Yeah. it's
That's
gonna
a
be
good.
sick.
That's a good thing for her. I think.
Yeah, she'd be
It's-
sick at it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The second biggest song at Schoolies would have been like Decade Under the Influence by Taking Back Sunday.
Hell yeah,
Like, because
yeah,
like
yeah.
I brought my CDs up because
Yeah.
like it was
I don't
just
know
when
if that counts.
What the big song of our schoolies that was selected by us because we all had music players and whatnot was fucking "Bro Him" by Pennywise.
Oh, fuck yeah, dog.
Because one of the guys in our grade,
You know,
is
I don't
like,
think I've
his
ever
older
listened
brother.
to that song.
You would have 1,000,000%.
I'm sure I've heard.
You've
it.
probably heard it, but our like one of the mates we had there like said that his brother was this like huge Pennywise fan, so he played that song and was like, "All right, every time they say whoa, you've got a drink," and basically the whole song is
That's
just
the
like
whole
whoa.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Pennywise, but the clown.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, I kind of like his outlook on life.
Yeah.
a little bit.
It's
But
like
are
you're a
you
big
Tim
fan-
Curry or that other dude?
Tim Curry, dog.
It's like you're a big fan of Halloween Town.
Yeah. I mean, they don't call me the Pumpkin King for nothing.
It's because your dick is orange.
Yeah. That and I'm in
You
love with
will
a
eventually
zombie.
look like a pumpkin, I think.
Yeah.
That'd be so.
I
funny.
will eventually look like Jack Skellington when I die.
I could imagine that you might be the first person to get plastic surgery to look like Jack Skellington, where it's like idiot man, elongated arms.
I loved. I like.
You should go as Jack Skellington to Halloween. Imagine how much you'd pick up.
What do you mean to Halloween? Like what? Like to a part, like a house
Yeah.
party? I haven't done anything for Halloween in so long.
But
I should.
I'm just giving you a new
Yeah, I
way
will.
to
That's a good
gain
idea.
women.
Yeah. All right. Let's,
Barney Stinson.
Yeah. I'll go.
This one's called the Jack Skellington.
What's number 263 in the Andrew Hastings playbook?
Shut up.
It's silencing women by telling them to shut up.
Oh man.
No,
Do you think?
God, he just patted his belly.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
like satisfiedly.
Yeah. I got a real summer vibe going on today.
All right, so welcome to the World Just Tell Your Mother We Ate It All podcast about teen sex comedies. I'm Jamie Kirk, joined in studio by
Rose Piper.
The Pumpkin King, Andrew Hastings.
I'm the pumpin' queen.
Yeah.
Chick with a
I'm
dick.
Pumpin' Queen, the band. Listening
Oh, right.
to Want to
Bicycle.
Break Free. Yeah. Wow, Bicycle was in this movie.
It was. That's what
Yeah.
made me think of it.
Yeah.
Great soundtrack.
Great soundtrack.
Yeah, it's a
Some
great
of the
soundtrack.
picks were so good for like that. That was a great choice for that scene. The
Cypress
bicycle
Hill was
thing.
in heaps of shit as
Yeah.
well. That was sick.
So-
The use of Du Hast when he was
Yeah,
trying to
that
wake
ruled.
him up was
I
great.
fucking loved the Rammstein scene. That was excellent.
So
They're
we're
like,
talking-
and everything was like pumping at the party to fucking Bombs Over Baghdad.
yeah, I love that song. Bombs Over Baghdad fucking goes.
We're
One of my
talking
great skills
about
is
the
being able to
movie
flawlessly rap that
How
song.
High, starring Method Man and Redman.
Blaze it.
How High? Let me
Did
just-
you get while watching this film?
Like
Yeah.
dumb high.
I'm not surprised.
I bought myself a little treat for the long weekend, so I've maybe broke some of my own rules. I've been indulging a little bit at home. I felt like I was up to it, and boy, it's been great.
Now
so
stop.
Yeah. I will run out tomorrow, so it all will time out perfectly.
So while I was watching the movie How High, I was not high, but I was watching.
Nor I.
I took maybe the first 5 to 10 minutes in. I was sitting on the couch watching it. My lovely wife was trying to do schoolwork, and it kept being like, "Why do you do this podcast every 10 minutes?"
Schoolwork as in work to be a school teacher.
Work
You're not
for
married to
school
like a
teach-
16-year-old.
No, I'm married to a 16-year-old girl. Is that not canon on the pod?
Yeah.
She's
I'm
studying.
married to a 16-year-old girl. I'm also married to a 19-year-old. I'm a Mormon bigamist.
Speaking of whom,
Speak of the devil and she doth appear.
It's the lady of the manor. Ma'am.
This way. Yeah. So I was watching this movie for like 10 fucking minutes and like listening to like all the essentially like what we do when we do Svart Pete. A bunch of people going, damn, and I just turned to Amy and was like, I bet you this movie was written by a white Jewish guy.
Oh, almost certainly.
And yes, Dustin Lee Abraham, who Jewish family, went to Chaparral High School in Las Vegas, and then he ended up writing for CSI.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, it's of course a Jewish guy. This movie, had you guys seen it before?
Yes.
No.
Okay, I had never seen it before. Rose, what's your history with it?
I would have seen this far too young. I reckon I would have been like probably 13. And
I don't think that's far. I think that's the exact target audience that How High is aiming for.
But I don't know. Like 13, you don't know what a pimp is
Yeah, I think,
and all that.
I think
like
15,
maybe,
15, 16,
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
I was big pimping when I was 13.
Man, what a track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think this is targeted purely at 14-year-olds. Like,
Yeah.
I would have known everything in the and the other stuff I could have
I found weed
the
very
other stuff
funny
I
when
could
I
have
was-
hand waved away and been like, it's a black thing.
Yeah.
Like,
I thought weed was so funny from ages 12 through to 29.
yeah, before I smoked weed, I thought weed was hysterical.
Yeah.
I thought it was.
I
Like
still do.
I thought it was a funny concept, but something that I would never do.
Yeah. Yeah. I've heard some great. Last night, former podcast guest. I won't say who to not out them, but we can all probably assume. I got a message from a former podcast guest asked me if I could lend him any weed last night, and they were asking for some of that weird stuff. That was the code that really made me
Of
laugh.
course, it's Charlie.
It's absolutely Charlie.
I
Who else could it possibly?
I don't think Charlie would care.
No. But yeah, Charlie messaged me last night asking for some of that weird
Charlie's
stuff.
apparently running for office in Australia with my father-in-law after like, just showed up drunk, started talking about left-wing politics.
Yeah.
My father-in-law
Were they on the same page? I would imagine not.
Well, I think they're operating on the same like wing,
Yeah.
but my father-in-law would be more moderate, whereas Charlie would be a dirty.
He's a dirty
communist.
pinko.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
a fucking commie, red
Yeah.
bitch.
Me and Charlie are on the same page politically in the sense that we both think that we shouldn't have to have jobs and should be able to
Yeah,
just smoke
that's
weed
what,
all day.
That's what most anarchists and communists think. Like,
Yeah.
I want to burn it all down. You're like,
Yeah.
you couldn't grow a potato
Yeah.
field, dude.
And
Yeah.
you don't get along with Shane Hunter.
yeah.
The only times me and Shane Hunter have ever gotten along are when we've smoked weed together. Like, that's happened like a few times, and all of a sudden, like, we're not so different, you and I.
Just like
maybe-
a Batman. Just we're not so
We're
different.
not so different, you and I.
Just levels you back.
I'm the
out a little.
Joker. He's Batman, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ideologue Batman.
No, yeah, he's Two-Face. He swips
Yeah.
back and forth.
That's cultural Marxism.
Every morning, Shane Hunter, for context listener, Shane Hunter's an Australian comedian who's been on both sides of the political spectrum as a fairly diehard activist.
Yeah.
Every morning he wakes up, he flips a coin, one side scratched, one side clean. What side it lands on determines where he falls on the political spectrum
That's
that
very
day.
good.
Yeah.
We should. I bet you, if you pitch that to him as a show, he could do it, and he could do it.
He
really
could
well.
he could genuinely argue either
Yeah,
side.
no. Well, like if you said like the point of the show is like I flip a coin, and here's me arguing for the right, here's me arguing for the left.
Yeah.
And then like the point of the show could be like, yeah, I'm a fucking idiot.
I'd like
Believes
to
in
organize
both
a show with him called like Point Counterpoint, where you get somebody who hasn't just parroted an opinion that they've read on the internet to argue back to everything that he tells them.
Yeah, but that's
'Cause
going to be
it-
so hard to find. Because, like, I bet you could put a call out and it'd be like, me, and everyone would be...
Tom Cashman, I've seen, is very good at
Yeah,
handling
well,
him.
he's a
Because he just
lawyer.
always slaps him back down.
He
He's like, you
argues-
don't know what you're talking about. You're just reading
'Cause
this
he's
thing.
a lawyer.
But also Tom Cashman's favorite thing to do in the world is argue. He loves it so
That's
much.
true,
That's
yeah.
his idea of a good time. Like, and I don't hate it, to be honest.
Your favorite thing in the world is to get pussy.
Man, how do you know me so well?
Yeah, Doug?
Dude, someone who listened to 10 minutes of this podcast could fucking say that.
How did you just cut to the core to me so
funny.
deeply?
It's so funny that to, like,
How
be...
dare you suggest that you are a more than one-dimensional human being?
Complex.
It is quite funny that to be, like, best friends and understanding of Hastings you need to talk to him for 2.5 minutes. Like, you don't need to have a long existing relationship. It just needs to be like this guy. You know, in the Simpsons where Homer is trying to find like
that's a Terminator parody.
Yeah, the Terminator parody. It's just like Hastings likes pussy, weed, not working, and you're just like, how's the not working 420 going? And he'd be like, good.
You're like, are we best friends or what do we?
Do you want to go jump in a puddle?
It's like, you also like weed and pussy?
Yeah.
Damn. No, it's not bad. It's not a bad way to live. I'm sorry. I'm a hedonist in the traditional sense of the word and also the more modern sense of the word.
Yeah, bum. You're a bum.
Yeah, like Rocky.
All right.
I'm an underdog and me having a job is Apollo Creed.
Yeah. All right, so what did everyone think of this movie?
I thought it was a fun romp.
Honestly, I think the fact that I'd never seen it before helped. I had so much fun watching it.
I hate to be the Rose. This is one of the dumbest things I've ever
I
seen.
loved it.
How dare you?
I thought it was so good.
And I think everyone should feel bad for... I would like put it around where we put like Van Wilder 2.
I thought it...
Like that's how low rent and shitty and gross I thought it was.
I found the performances of them both very charming.
Very charming.
But I like Method Man and his friend the Red Man.
Can we talk about that?
I'm down with these cats.
Because this was the first thing I'd...
What's the name of the manager in Straight Outta Compton? The guy Paul Giamatti.
Oh, yeah.
Paul Giamatti, whatever the name of the...
Epstein,
yeah,
right?
Epstein. You sound just like him.
Look,
I'm down with you, homies.
I'm down with these urban cats.
Down
I
with
can I can get into their fun patois and y'all and bitches. But yeah, I love Method Man on The Wire.
You're a pimp, brother.
Yeah. Keep pimping, my dog.
Because this was the first and probably only example of Method Man acting I'd seen was when I saw this the first time. And then years later, I watched The Wire. He turns up in this very serious show.
Yeah.
Fuck, he can act.
I've also
Watching
seen
really
Method
good.
Man get shot in the head in The Wire is one of the most satisfying moments.
I've also
of
seen
that entire show.
Was for Joe.
I've seen Method Man voice act in the Def Jam video game series as well.
Oh yeah,
He's
those
a
games
good actor.
rule.
I genuinely, one of my notes for this movie is I think Method Man, far more than Red Man, Method Man genuinely can act. Like
I don't
Method Man is a good actor. Red Man was like a good, like ridiculous comedy actor.
Yeah, he was a great...
That scene where he was like dancing in front of the girl was fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with either of
Black
those.
people.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with either of those colored fellas. But, no, I thought they were great. I thought they were fine. I thought the
rest of it.
I thought what was surrounding
Fred
them,
Willard can never put in a bad performance.
No, but Fred Willard's playing
Fred
the
Willard-
exact
But he
same
was-
character
yeah.
he does in.
He was a bit wasted.
Fred Willard is one of the best comedy actors in the world.
Also,
He's
also
amazing.
has that pedophile from Ferris Bueller in it. Who plays the vice president. No, the fucking guy who plays the vice president.
Was that him?
Yeah, he's the guy
No,
from...
that's Donnie Darko that I'm thinking of.
Yeah, and he got busted.
Is that really him?
Yeah, and he got busted for having like pictures of like a 14-year-old naked boys and stuff.
Wait, which
you
guy?
sure
the guy
that's
who
the
plays
same guy?
The
Yeah,
guy
'cause
plays
I looked it up.
the guy,
Right.
the black guy, the Black Dean.
No, not Dean Cain.
No, the
white
the
guy who
presidential
has-
candidate.
The white guy
Who has the black
Oh.
daughter.
the white guy who inexplicably has the black daughter.
And he kind of like seems to want to fuck his daughter.
Yeah.
That bit was. weird.
Yeah, it
I
was
had-
Trump before Trump, all right?
See, this movie was ahead of its time.
Yeah, that's why.
Man, I think the reveal that the big discovery of Ben Franklin she's made was a bong. I think that was maybe the most easy to predict.
Oh, yeah.
Reveal, maybe in
I
cinema
was
history.
shocked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not even a twist. It's like, cool, can we get to the part where she reveals it's
But
a
like
bong
I
now?
like watching this movie, I thought it was incredibly stupid. I wrote I hate this podcast while watching it. And also like this, but I didn't see this movie when it came out, and it would have been perfect for my grade specifically. Like a bunch of private school white guys that are very into gangster rap, love saying the N-word,
Perfect.
and have just discovered that weed exists but have never smoked it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like one or two of them is like, it feels, like the kind of guy that's like, it feels like warm up. Like someone being like, weed feels like,
It's like, man, you just feel
you
so
never harsh this
chill,
buzz.
dog.
Yeah.
I watched this movie with a friend who is sadly no longer with us, but he was Asian, and he would text me like once a month just saying he had 2 inches of hard dick
That's very funny.
based on that bit of this movie.
My favorite part in the movie, and the only part that made me laugh, was when they went to the Black History class.
That was so funny.
And
that really
the
made me
white
laugh.
teacher was so
Encouraging their belligerence.
encouraging them to walk out, and then he attacked the black nerds.
Well, I thought
Which
this,
is like, this is before black nerds really became a thing.
yeah.
Like,
Well,
this is way
like,
before.
culture, I'm sure they existed.
Before
No,
that,
they never did.
Before that, like the like
all black people are cool.
Yeah.
the Key and Peele Black Republican sketch.
Yeah, and
Like,
before
before
like,
that,
and before
yeah.
like Donald Glover like kind of brought like
Yeah.
black nerdism to
Yeah.
the like
Yeah.
mainstream.
Yeah, we're definitely the right people to be talking about this.
But I thought that
I don't see why not.
but
We are nerds,
I
we're
genuinely
halfway.
thought it seemed like this
Yeah,
movie had like
we're mixed.
Oh god, this chair's broken too.
It's not just me.
Oh, this chair's like full broken.
Yeah, they are.
These chairs are
That's a broken chair. Sit on the towel one.
maybe these
Jamie,
chairs.
these chairs are bad.
Maybe these chairs are not meant to be leant back on.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah, stop fucking being a cool guy. Don't be urban. Just Hastings is breaking the chairs. He's too fat.
But I thought this movie like had a genuine sense of like strong black identity.
Totally.
Like there was heaps of like don't call me the N-word and all this.
Oh,
Yeah.
I agree with that.
It was also them. It was very much like there's a lot of stuff about like racial profiling and like the inherent like classes.
There's a
and
lot of
stuff.
shut the fuck up. There's a lot of stuff in like the first half of the movie, especially though, where I was like, Method and Red are playing like they're almost in a different movie to everyone else.
Yes. Yes.
And like that was like unsettling to me.
I love.
Is that not sort of the point of it though? Look at these guys.
It's a
in
fish out-
Harvard.
No, but like not like a fish out of water.
It's the
thing.
opposite.
It was
It's
like fish out of water. I totally get that the point is that they're like black gangster guys going to a straight laced Harvard thing, but it seems like they're in two different movies about the same subject.
Yeah. What does it mean from each other?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah. They're
okay.
doing. Their plots are very different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I think a lot of it wasn't, but I just had so much fun. I thought all of it was so fun. Every character being insanely racist ruled. There was like everyone except the black history teacher and the coach, like the crew coach.
I do like that the
No,
black.
the captain guy. or
I like-
whatever,
No.
crew.
The coach, the old guy who
yeah,
was
yeah.
like, I fucking hate that prick.
Yeah,
Like,
Hector Elizondo.
he was. I love him. I thought both those characters were very, very funny, and every other character in the movie pretty much was insanely racist.
I like
But-
that
but if
Dean.
you-
I like that Dean Kane's black and hates.
Yeah, I
black
like that.
people.
I also like that he's called Dean Kane.
Yeah, that's
that must have been a reference.
yeah, it's got to be
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, that's that.
But like, what was I gonna say? Is like the sort of like head rowy guy, like his main
Bart.
rival, Redman's main rival,
Bart.
Bart. Yeah. If you were on the set of that movie while that was filming, would you be like, is this sort of portrayal of a racist not unsettlingly like, accurate? Like, this really fits him well.
yeah. So some of those racists, it's like you're sliding into that role a little too easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's great. Also,
But then, like, they're also like I guess like there are characters that are racist towards black people, but then like the characterization of every non-black race is also incredibly racist.
Oh, the
you've
Asian
got-
guy. Yeah.
Well, you've
The
got
whole thing-
also your textbook like Indian that's just obsessed with pussy to the point of creepiness.
Yeah.
But like the Asian guy, obviously,
no,
like, he's got
the
a
whole
tiny
movie
dick.
plays with racial
He's
stereotypes.
got a
That's the
tiny
whole-
dick and he wants to be black.
Yeah. I love that shit so much.
It's also like
I thought it was so
like I
excellent.
thought the movie was like quite like surprisingly like gross, not like with any of the woke stuff, but like just like the amount of like vomit and like
A lot of
Digging up
jokes
a
of-
dead body.
well, the bit where they're cutting the dead body.
Yeah, it's really full
And
on.
like they're like, oh, I was like, what's the joke to this other
Yeah.
than like they're cutting
And
up
there's
a
no
dead body?
payoff.
And they're like,
for it,
yeah,
really,
you
either.
would be really repulsed
Yeah,
by that.
like it's disgusting.
It's all like there's no payoff to that. Like that when they do smoke. What's his name?
Ben Franklin.
yeah, it doesn't work.
No, it's not Ben Franklin.
No,
Oh,
it's,
Ivory.
No.
No, the first guy.
It's John Adams.
Yeah, John Quincy Adams.
John Quincy Adams.
Right.
When they do, like, there's no payoff to plot wise. They didn't need to do that. Like, that doesn't. It was very.
I'm using a
unnecessary.
foot massager.
I was gonna. Why does the floor keep vibrating?
Yeah, it's
How's it
sick.
feel?
It's actually really nice.
Yeah, get your rocks off, you fucking freak.
Yeah, I'm hard as shit now.
Yeah, dog. Hey, Tracy Morgan and Judah Friedlander were both in this movie.
Yes,
little,
a very
little 30 year
young
old.
Judah Friedlander.
It took me a while to be like, is that Judah Friedlander?
Yeah.
But yeah, little.
I've never got that guy.
Yeah, I watched his stand up. It wasn't really.
And
familiar.
the nerdy guy who becomes a stoner is like a cast member on Bones for like 12 years.
My one's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
been a early 30 Rock action.
Hmm?
Tracy Morgan, Judah Friedlander, a bit of 30 Rock.
Yeah, would that be but that would have been in Tracy Morgan's SNL days, right?
I would imagine that the timeline makes sense.
And Mike Epps,
And did Friedlander work?
who you may
like,
recognize
he-
from The Hangover or several Sydney Comedy Festival posters in the back halls of the Enmore.
Yeah.
Who's going to see
Weirdly.
Mike Epps?
Who? So is there
Fucking
an actual,
Cypress Hill?
Do you think there's
Yeah.
actually a 30 Rock connection? Like, is there an SNL connection in this movie that connects it to 30 Rock? Like, what's the?
No, I doubt it.
Is it just
I think
like-
it's just a coincidence.
Coinky Dink.
Yeah.
Or maybe they came from the same stand-up circuit.
Yeah,
so
it was.
they
I would
maybe.
say it's
plucked
much
them.
more a stand-up sketch actor thing than it would have been because, like, this guy who wrote the movie, nothing to do with.
Who directed it?
Who did direct it? Oh, Jesse Dillon. But I wonder what
Directorial debut.
Wonder what
I
color
believe.
his skin is. Yep, he's a white dude. Oh, he's Bob Dylan's son.
No way.
It says it right here.
Like
That's
the
got to
Bob
be a
Dylan.
Wikipedia thing. Bob
He is
Dylan's
the
last name is Zimmerman.
He is the son of musician Bob Dylan and brother of singer Jacob Dylan. If that's a hack, it's a good hack.
Let's look it
Yeah.
up. Let's verify it on Bob Dylan's
Because
page.
Jacob Dylan is a real person.
Guys, are we finding Drago right now?
Yeah, Dylan was
Doing
born
some
in New York
Googling on
City
Bob.
and is the eldest son of musician Bob Dylan and Sarah Lowndes Dylan.
And it's definitely, it's not just like the name, and like a name
Well,
coincidence.
So did Bob Dylan officially change his name from Zimmerman?
Yeah.
Because didn't he have that period where he kind of like went back to that when he did the
No,
like
he's
brief
got
Christian
6
thing?
children, including Jesse and Jacob Dylan.
JC
Wow.
Dillon, creative director of the media company.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild, man.
So he's done. Oh
Blowing
shit!
smoke and blowing minds.
Shit, he directed.
On
he
How High
directed
episode.
American Wedding, American Pie 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you know?
That's
it?
crazy.
A movie
How
we'll
is
have
this only
to
just coming
cover
up?
on this
Other
podcast.
feature-length
Kicking,
projects
screaming.
include the documentary Crips and Bloods, made in America.
So this white guy likes black culture a
yeah,
lot.
it does seem like it.
Man, that's wild. How did this, like, so...
We
Bob
found
Dylan's
Drago.
We found Drago.
We
And we did
undercut
it in 10 seconds, Alexi.
Yeah, we did it by Wikipedia.
Cameron.
I will take a second, by the way. Anyone, I listened to that podcast, Find Right? It is
Don't plug
genuinely
other people's
excellent. You should all
podcasts.
listen to it. Why not?
We've got
I
a
guess-
rivalry with their other podcast.
We'll do an edit in there, so it's like, it's genuinely, and then me just being like,
Bad.
bad.
Yeah.
It's a bad podcast.
I reckon you two should listen to it. It's really good.
Who's to say I don't? I don't.
Nor I.
But, you know, because you listen to nothing but Hollywood Handbook and Come
Yeah,
Town. I know that.
all we
I know
do
what
now
you
is just
listen
listen to the most recent episode of Hollywood
Yeah,
Handbook
why-
over and over and over again.
When I found the best, why would you pitch me like Finding Drago is going to be worse than both those things? Why would I listen?
I've listened to that episode 3 times
Yeah, it's
already.
great. I found an emo podcast.
Oh, yeah.
It's called Lead Singer Syndrome with the singer from Silverstein. He interviews musicians. It's pretty
Sick.
good, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're listening to podcast chat.
I'm going to do
I know,
an
I
emo podcast called Finding More Pedophiles. Because they're out there.
All right, I got to send some warnings out. That'll let some people know that people are onto them.
Yeah, this has just been like, Hot Damn has shut down for this foreseeable future.
Yeah. Oh, man. It is crazy. Like, I wonder... I must have met some real bad dudes in my days, right? I would have had to have.
Almost certainly.
Yeah.
We meet real
You meet them.
bad
You
dudes
meet them on the regular
now.
in comedy.
That's true. As
We
well.
can't escape them. This is the life we've chose.
Oh, baby. All right, what else are we talking about? Where do you guys stand on the
I
legal...
can't wait to debut my new set tonight, Kramer.
Where do you guys stand on the legalization of marijuana?
Yeah, pro.
Yep, pro.
Yeah?
I don't care.
I love weed, dog.
What if I told you that if that...
Dog, I love weed.
Dog. I
I
love it.
marijuana, dog.
Homie, I'm
wanna-
just like you.
Don't play me, dog.
It's a harmless herb, man. I think
Yeah.
we should be able to go down the bottle-o and get a pack of Marlboro
Comes
Green,
from
thanks.
the ground.
What that? That's menthol? Okay.
Would you guys... what if I told you that it meant I'm showing up high on the pod more often?
Then I'm against it.
Well, I mean, like, it's legal, but then, like, I guess that's the same way. Like, if you start showing up drunk to work, people will be
True.
like, hey, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True.
It's like any legal drug. Like, you have to
Yeah.
not do it at all in some
Like,
cases.
I mean, like,
or-
the only thing I probably would be okay with is your vast drug abuse is if you took, just for fun, just took like 4 Viagras before you came here. And sat here with a fucking huge boner. And it might actually be a funny episode because you wouldn't be able to do anything. So you'd be frustrated.
yeah. And if we record
And
it,
so you might like...
what is this concept?
But you might...
if we record-
all right, well, hear me out. All right. So what
it's
we
not
do...
finished, clearly.
Yeah, so what we do is...
Okay, paint me a picture.
Before the episode, we get like, how many of your little friends do you usually take?
one max. You just take half.
You
All
said
right.
you took 2 the other night.
Yeah.
No, I
That
took
was
like 2
special
halves.
circumstances.
I had a half, and then I was like, that's not.
Okay, so we give you like a whole one before.
Yeah.
And we do the podcast as normal.
Yeah.
And you like, we'll stimulate you
Okay.
visually, and we'll jerk him off.
I want to know more about this. So what are you? Is it just porn on a laptop here?
Well,
or-
maybe like whatever. We could get your Maxim or something.
Yeah. Okay.
What visually
I
stimulates
can pull my
you?
pants down. I wear sexy
We could-
undies and
we
I
could
got
go
a nice bum.
Yeah, we
Wait.
could go through your Instagram stories or something if you like.
Oh, that would be funny, actually. Like, see if I could turn him on.
Oh yeah, that would be good.
Let's not.
that'd be
Transphobe.
great. Yeah.
No, I like the things like the kind of porn I watch. The things that would turn me on visually is like, I guess like Hillary Clinton campaign videos.
Hey.
Just sort of like women achieving things.
Yeah, right. Like Maya Angelou.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Maybe some sort of.
Speaking of achieving things, if only you could do it without the help of those little pills.
Yeah.
Yeah, like sort of like a documentary on Rosa Parks.
Okay. All right. We'll say, what if we give you a Viagra and
Yeah.
then we just scroll through AOC's Twitter feed.
Ooh, that's a good middle ground.
Yeah,
That's-
yeah. And then, like, because you've got a rock hard boner.
I'm just there with the boner, just going. It's actually because of a progressive politics.
Yeah, but you've got a boner and you're in, like, shorts. So we can see that you've got a boner without seeing your hard dick.
So I have to wear shorts that enables you to see that I have a boner, knowing there's a chance I'm going to get a boner.
Yes, exactly.
Why would I?
Because you're
Can we
desperate
record-
for validation and attention.
Why is that? Just sitting here with a boner in front of my friends.
Yeah,
How
but
is
what
that
I
any
reckon
more-
will happen after that is because you've got the boner and you
Yeah.
can't get sucked off or fucked or jacked off by any of us, you'll channel that frustration into very funny content.
the greatest bits ever produced.
Yeah, you'll probably be like, I've got a fucking hard dick. All right, here's a Puerto Rican man or something like that.
You just say a race and a gender. That's your
yeah.
character generator.
Here's
All right,
Puerto Rican woman.
We're now doing this new character. She's a Canadian man.
All right, we've got Icelandic queer person.
Can we record this episode not in my house? I don't like the fact.
No, we shouldn't record it while Sam is around.
Yeah, I don't
Or
like...
Amy.
Nah, Amy's fine with it.
Amy
From the
just-
background there, yeah, I would prefer not to be around in a really serious tone of voice.
But
Yeah, Amy, I'm on your side on this one. Don't like.
but
No,
she's,
but I just
she's
don't like-
also written a piece of paper that says "good idea."
I just don't like the idea of knowing you have an erection in my home,
To be honest, I kind of
which
do.
has probably happened in the past.
Yeah, but wouldn't you like
Yeah, I
the idea
would.
that Hastings has had an erection in your home and he can't do anything with it?
I don't know what I'm.
It's like edging you.
It's not like edging me though. And why was that? Why is that something you want?
I think
Yeah,
it
this
might
is
be-
going down a dark fuck club-esque.
Now that's a good idea. I do it for stage. Now
Well,
we're
wait,
talking.
wait till you've heard.
On
the-
an audio medium, by the way.
wait till
You're
you,
going to be ringing up
wait till
Elwood
you-
going, bring fuck club back one last time.
wait till you've heard the next part. M Shadow from Avenged Sevenfold enters.
Damn.
He's wearing lingerie. And then
Hang on. We've got the script from this. on the
a
internet
vampire
somewhere.
jumps through the window and who a crossbow? Oh my god, it's Sam and Dean from Supernatural in a kiddie pool. They're kissing,
They're
but they're
both
brothers.
very shirtless.
And you have a rock hard erection while Avenged Sevenfold Man is just like, nice dick, brother.
I don't think I've ever seen Jamie laugh this hard.
At his own bit.
Yeah, it's a good bit.
Oh man, those Winchesters, man! I'm all about that twin.
They
set.
are.
You- you had to
They
put
are
the
so
mic
hot.
down then
Yeah.
and like hold your head.
Twin sisters.
Twincest, brother. I
Oh.
love him. I love him so much.
Who do you reckon's hottest, Sam or Dean? We've done this bit on the podcast.
I like Sam.
Yeah,
I
I like
thought you were
Dean.
going to say, who do you think's hotter, Method Man
Jared
or Red Man?
Paladin.
Who do you think's hotter, Method Man or Red Man?
Method Man.
It's Meth.
Yeah, I guess so.
Have you all ever seen either of these people live?
No. I've seen Cypress Hill live, who were in the movie though.
Right.
Yeah.
I saw Wu-Tang in New York, and the RZA
Ooh.
was the only one not there, so Meth was like the
Yeah.
de facto leader.
The RZA's
de facto
the
was not
leader.
the word. What was the word I was going for there?
No, you were right. De facto leader.
Yeah, de facto leader.
Yeah.
I know.
Stand-in.
Incumbent.
Understudy.
Yeah.
The incumbent.
I know it's not.
He was good too.
It's not a teen sex comedy, but since you mentioned it, we should definitely definitely track down and do the RZA's Kung Fu epic, The Man with the Iron Fists.
Yeah.
Have you
Heard
seen
about
it?
this.
It's insane. The RZA gets his arms cut off and then gets 2 iron arms and beats the shit out of people.
So it's just
also
Jax
got,
from
but it's also got
Mortal
like
Kombat.
Russell Crowe playing like an opium addicted detective that's like chubby but also good at martial arts.
For real?
Yeah.
Chubby, but also good at martial arts. I can see why you would like that.
It's
It's like, man, imagine if I could do fucking kung fu.
oh man, I'd love to be able to do kung fu.
We should. Do you want to go do some kung fu lessons?
Yeah, but
let's go learn jiu-jitsu together.
The problem with like shit like that though is like immediately they're like, oh, it's more about like peace and love, and we don't want to hurt. I'm just like, I want to
You wanna
cave
learn how
someone's
to
skull in.
yeah. You want to drink?
This is the difference between like men and women. Yeah, we're going there. It's like you,
Damn.
you two are sitting there going,
Women be
like,
shopping.
let's go and learn how to do kung fu, and like me and like former guest Beck Chow are like, let's do pole dancing.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
pole dancing.
Just fierce
is
in different ways.
But like you don't because you don't really learn like the hitting stuff so
No.
much. Like jiu-jitsu is
It's
like
all
a lot
about
of
Jiu-jitsu.
Control.
Well, jiu-jitsu is just it's all rolling around on the ground.
yeah, and like a lot of like
Very effective,
throws and
apparently.
defensive. We should learn like
so many,
that.
so many people who do those martial arts and stuff like that are all about like how they can hit you really hard and it doesn't hurt. And Cassie Workman
Yeah.
has done that to me.
Yeah.
Where she was just like, look, I'll hit you and it won't hurt. And she hit me and it really fucking hurt.
I think she was fucking with you.
No. She like genuinely expected it to not hurt and like make this big sound because she did it to a few people and they're like, no, you're hurting me.
Because one time she said to me, I'm going to hit you in the arm really hard and it will hurt. And I was like, all right. And it hurt. Like,
Maybe we should take like the fighting style from the raid, Penchak Salat.
okay. I haven't seen that, but yeah, we can do that.
It'd be sick.
You just said so many words that I have no idea what they are.
The raid's great. You should watch it. It's one of the best.
Yeah, we've
movies
spoken
I've
about
ever
The Raid.
seen. Yeah, yeah.
What is the chick from Kill Bill do? I want to do
I
that.
prefer the Mortine.
Let's get katanas.
Yeah. What does she? I think that's like hers is like a combination, right? We're talking about the bride
Yeah, the bride.
specifically. Yeah, I think hers is a combination of stuff.
Yeah.
You want to learn how to do the 5 finger.
Yeah, but instead it's a clit and they come instead of die.
Yeah. She takes 5 steps and her pussy explodes.
Yeah, she gets up and she's like, well, you got me.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Uh-oh.
5 finger pussy. Yeah, it's just fisting. What was I saying? Something about... Yeah, kung fu. Yeah, we should get katanas. Why don't we have katanas?
That'd be sick.
Like,
Even
it's
if they
weird
were
that we
just
don't.
Because if you got a... First of all, no.
Even if they were just wait, Rose, you don't understand. They're
Actually,
blunt ones for sparring. We
Actually,
get the good
it
ones.
is weird that you don't.
Yeah.
I don't like the we. It's weird that you don't.
Look around Jamie's apartment. It's weird that he doesn't.
They're all like, you know, like pop culture toys. There
Yeah.
shouldn't be a katana anywhere.
I'd expect to come into your house and see you wearing a kimono with like a dragon on the back.
It's
Praying.
only...
Yeah.
It's genuinely only a matter
I
of
wouldn't
time.
mind-
But also the kimono is open and you're wearing leopard print underwear.
It would be sick to get matching kimonos.
Yes.
Let's do that for your bucks.
Let's do that for the bucks.
Yes. Now we're
Yes.
talking. Let's look up some kimonos. Let's look up some kimonos with dragons on them in the break.
Yeah, all
Not
right.
now.
You have to get me the female
I'm
one.
finding Drago.
But
Stop.
if you got one,
that's tasty.
you would end up like that guy on the Home Shopping Network who was trying to sell one, dropped it, and then a little piece of it flew out and like really seriously injured
Did
him.
that happen? That's so cool.
It's one of the funniest videos you could ever watch. Just him going down, going, "Oh, that one got me good." we got to watch
Can
it
we
in the
find-
break.
Is it on YouTube?
Yeah, it's really funny.
Oh, yes.
It's one of the best things. You
All right.
ever
Well, I'm
see.
calling it. This episode's done.
Look, my thing is like,
I really
It has
wanna
been
watch
like
that.
55 minutes.
you,
Right.
if that's the way I go, that's the way I go. But like everyone's got to go somehow, and maybe that's not the worst possible way.
in a really embarrassing
in an
YouTube
embarrassing-
viral video.
Yeah, and
this is like this predates like YouTube 1.0.
Yeah, an embarrassing katana video. Yeah, let's get katanas and kimonos for the bucks, and then we'll go down and hit the slots at the casino.
We'll just spend the night sword fighting.
Just fucking cutting a fucking roulette table in
That-
half and being like, bill it to the room.
That is exactly how you die at your own bucks party in a kimono, fucking with katana blades, high as shit on cocaine. And you-
Stab me with it. I won't even feel it.
I'm so excited for my bucks now.
that is exactly how
Just
you die.
something about doing cocaine in a kimono really at the casino really thrills me.
I have seen that
I
in
just
more
like-
than one movie. It's definitely in Horrible
Yeah.
Bosses.
I also like the idea of me like talking to like martial arts suppliers, being like, yeah. No, we've never before. A bucks. Yeah, no, we're gonna use Well, there's going to be a lot of cocaine there.
That'll counteract the beers.
They might even be under my bed somewhere. But when I was like, I don't know, like
nunchucks.
Yeah, I made my own nunchucks when I was like 11 or 12.
You bring them to the Bucks.
I think they might be at my house.
Are nunchucks illegal here? I know they're illegal in England.
You wouldn't be able to buy them here.
Man.
Because in England, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they were called the Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles because you weren't allowed to depict ninjas on TV. And Michelangelo...
Why?
Hello, I'm a Teenage Mutant Hero Turtle.
Yeah, because it was like little British kids being like, I'm
Go
George...
down to Sainsbury's.
I'm George Pepper and I've got nunchaku. It's just... But like... Yeah, so like
I'm a hero tortoise. I fight mice.
So any scene in the animated show of Michelangelo like waving his nunchucks was like edited out. Like
really?
Yeah,
but they
yeah,
allowed
yeah.
all the swords and shit.
the swords and shit is fine, and the little daggers and the big pole.
So they just thought that he was weaponless. His weapon was his sense of humor.
Yeah, exactly. And his
party
all-consuming love of pizza.
Man, I might get pizza for dinner.
You're the Michelangelo of this podcast.
I never really liked the ninjas, the turtles.
They've ruled.
They are sick.
Yeah.
We definitely get away with
I'm like slightly too young.
Can definitely get away with watching it for the podcast.
I have all three.
Oh,
we
sick.
should do it, yeah.
The third one's like quite bad, right?
Oh, I love it though still.
I remember like
because the first one's quite gritty.
Yes.
So I didn't really like it when I was a kid.
Oh, the
the
first
second
one's
two
my
are
favorite.
much more like ridiculous
yeah,
and funny.
the second one's first fight scene where they save the pizza man is still so good.
Oh, it's the best. Yeah, we're doing it.
Yeah.
We're doing it. It's settled. And Mighty Ducks. We've got to do all three Mighty Ducks.
I've never seen any of the Mighty Ducks.
Oh my
Neither have I.
god!
What's it like, Knuckle Fuck or something?
Knuckle Puck.
That's it.
Knuckle
Keenan.
fuck is.
That's Keenan.
You put it together yourself.
Yeah.
Knuckle Fuck is when blank Hastings goes to blank's house. We should make...
Stay tuned for how we'll just tell your mother we ate it all book of Mad Libs.
Man, actually, that's like marketing. I was just thinking, like, maybe I bet you if you go online, there's somewhere where you can make like a template, like editor.
Yeah.
So we could just be like
sure.
introducing the Andrew Hastings joke thing. And it's just like my blank, and then it's like pussy, dick, beer.
Former
was so
guest.
hard.
I bet you former guest Alex White is already working on that.
Yeah.
I might talk to him about that because it would be so funny. Because even like the ridiculous ones where it's like, getting beard is what I call it when two Viagras go in my dick hole. Like,
yeah. No, look, just once you got a formula, no problem hitting it again. and
Yeah.
again.
Do you ever feel bad when you're like, they got my number?
no. He's a character.
Yeah, I know what I am.
He's playing the part of Andrew Hastings.
Yeah, pro wrestling has been a huge influence on my life.
Yeah, I can tell. That'll do it for us this week. Come to Powerbomb Comedy, come to Papagetti's Comedy, come to Everly Comedy. Hastings, do you have any dates you want to plug Aroo? This will be coming out this Thursday.
Can I say that the Papagetti's date is February 19, headlined by returning champion Ray Badron. And also, your girl Rose is on it. And also, your boy Jamie Kirk is on it.
Yes.
Excellent. The day after this pod comes out, I'll be hosting Powerbomb Comedy, headlined by Demi Lardner. And then on February the 11th, I'll be hosting the Comedy Lounge. Also, tickets for my Melbourne International Comedy Festival show just went on sale. Look up the details on the website there if you're in Melbourne or you will be in Melbourne. Excellent.
I'm going to be doing a spot at Powerbomb Comedy on the 1st of February where Hastings is emceeing.
Come see your boys.
I'll be at the Lounge the following Monday and Bondi on Tuesday. And on Friday the 8th, it's the 100th Powerbomb Comedy Show. Technically the 102nd, but we're billing it as the 100th.
It's going to be a
It's going to be a
dope-ass
huge
lineup.
night. Sam Campbell's going to headline. It's going to be sick.
Yeah, excellent.
Also, if you came to Comedy-ish last night, thank you, and I'm sorry that I said they put the ish in Comedy-ish after every act.
That's a good bit.
Yeah, I'm 100% doing it.
That'll do it from us. To the next step.
To the next step.
Du hast.
You've really got to start writing one of these.
Yeah,
down
I spent the
before.
last 5 minutes being like, I got to get, and I was like, I couldn't remember a quote. I couldn't.
We've covered so much ground.
I know.